Good morning, all. Any questions before I proceed? See, normally our sessions, like how it will be in the sense. So first 10 minutes, okay, we'll address your queries. Okay. And last 10 to 15 minutes, same thing. Unless until I clarify your queries, I won't like. So in between, if you have any queries, like while session is going on, if at all any questions, please park your questions and raise at the end. Clear? So what is the first 10 minutes in the sense you can ask from your previous topics if you have any questions, right? Or previous sessions or any other sessions, whatever we had. So you can ask from that. And last 10 minutes, for example, today's class, you didn't understood anything and you want me to repeat, right? Some point or some things. Then definitely I'll address that queries in last 10 or 15 minutes. But in between, whatever sessions we have, normally at this particular level, I'll take hardly 1 hour, 1.5 hour session at this particular moment till introduction, but till configuration we reach. But after that, we are going to have complete 2.5 hour sessions, 2.5 hours of session, whatever you call 2.5. Okay, 2.5 hour session continuously we will have. Okay, so in that also same thing. First 10 minutes and last 10 minutes will be hold for your queries, and remaining in between, please do not uh, stop the session so that the other people will not get a deviation. Clear? Yeah. Any other questions from your end? And tomorrow, next week onwards, we are going to start at 11:30, not at 11:40, because still we have an initial phase. So that is the reason. Just we are waiting for others to join. But next week onwards, probably we are not going to wait for others. We'll start the sessions. Clear, everyone? Any queries from anyone before I proceed? Any questions or anything wants to take the clarity? So yesterday we discussed about what is SAP, right? Why it is known as a systems, applications, and products, correct? And what is the difference between your ERP and other accounting softwares, right? Why SAP is the leader of this one ERP segment, and what is the abbreviation of SAP, right? Why it is not a system, why it is not an application, why it is not a product. It is why it is a systems, applications, and products. We discussed about it, right? And after that, we discussed about different functional modules, right? And what are the opportunities we have, right? And who are eligible for technical modules and who are eligible for functional modules. These are the points we discussed in our yesterday's session. Okay. And today we will discuss, give me a second. Okay. So here, as I said, that what is the most important in SAP is okay, the most important feature. I'll discuss what are the different features of SAP, but the most important feature of SAP is integration. Okay, if integration. So integration is nothing but connecting between one department to another department, getting the information from one department to another department, sharing the information from one department to another department, right? So that is the reason the most important feature, how it is making a different from SAP to other software in the sense integration. Yesterday also we discussed it, and we know that we have a different modules in SAP, correct? So for example, if I take, we are in FI modules. FI, nothing but what is FI? FI is nothing but finance module. Whatever we are doing, that is nothing but finance is a main module, functional module. Under that, we have different sub modules. Like if I take GL, general ledger, this is one more means In FI, we are going to discuss about the most important module, basic module, general ledger. What is general ledger and all those stuff we will discuss in our coming future sessions. So GL, like that, we have AP. This is nothing but accounts payable, right? So we have a different submodules in FI. So FI is one functional module, main module. Under that, we have GL module, AP module, okay, and we have AR, nothing but accounts receivable. If you want to make it a note, you can make it a note. The people who don't know, right? FI stands for finance, right? I'll write here first, finance. The next one, AP is nothing but accounts payable, okay, payable. GL is nothing but general ledger module, general ledger, and AR is nothing but accounts receivable module. Clear? Accounts receivable module. Okay. So under finance module, we have a different topics, or you can call it as a different modules. And this is the main module, GL. Okay. And apart from MI, we have one more separate. Apart from MM, we are going to learn here MM module. We are going to learn MM. MM stands for materials management module. Okay. We are not going to restrict ourselves in this particular course only FICO. We are going to learn materials management module in depth. Okay. Next one, we are going to discuss SD module. We are going to learn about SD module. Okay. This is nothing but sales and distribution module. This is a separate module. This is not related to FI. These are the separate modules. But under FI, we have AP, AR, GL, asset accounting, bank accounting. So different submodules are there, 5 to 6 submodules. But here, sales and distribution, clear. And apart from that, we have PP, production and planning. There's nothing but your production and planning module. Okay. So here we are going to learn apart from our FICO, additionally by end of the course, we are going to get MM module knowledge. We are going to get in-depth of MM knowledge. We are going to get in-depth of production and planning knowledge, and we are going to get SD knowledge. So 100% we are going to get FICO. CO is nothing but controlling. We will discuss later about it. But apart from FICO, and we are going to get additionally MM, right? Not what 10% or 20%, almost all 90% knowledge we are going to get. So at the end of the day, whenever you prepare your resume, right? Whenever you submit, so we are going to mention that we have worked on FI, we have worked on CO, we have worked on MM, we have worked on SD, we have worked on PP. So that your resume weightage will be get increases compared to others. Clear? So that is the reason 90% we are going to cover these additional modules also, even though it is not part of our course. Clear? In real time now, that's what I'm saying. That if I say FI consultants, right, you will get out of 1,000, if the requirement is out of 1,000, right? So the requirement, FI finance consultant, you will get like anything. You will get like anything. Hardly, for example, if I say there is a scope of 1,000, so 900 people, they will get easily FI consultants, right? But when it comes to CO, see, this is FI module, this is FI, okay. When it comes to CO, okay, there is a requirement of 1,000, then probably we are getting 100. We are getting 100 with skills. 900 with skills we are getting in FI. Okay. Next one, with combination of your FI plus CO plus MM plus PP plus SD. Okay. In real time, if I say 100,000 out of 1,000, hardly we are getting 10. With the technical also, if I include ABAP also, we are getting less than 5. 1,000 positions are there, but we are able to get only 10%. So to overcome the difficulty, okay, this particular course has been designed to, you will be at the end of the course, you will be accelerate in all other main modules like FICO, our module, our cup of tea. And apart from that, we are going to get a knowledge, not only knowledge, we are going to work a real-time things on PPA and SD also. So we want to be in this 10 members. Right? If I talk here CO knowledge, then definitely people think that CO is a little challenging, whoever is not from accounting background, right? And even though majority people are from, they have done their what we call MBA finance or MCOM, BCom. So even those people are having a challenges on controlling model. That is nothing but a cost accounting. Clear. So, but here in our course, what we are going to do, we are going to start from the scratch. Means I won't directly start with the controlling model. We are going to give essence, nothing but your academic costing knowledge. First, I'll take 10 sessions on costing. What do you mean by cost accounting? What are the features of cost accounting? How we need to do different methods in costing. So everything we will cover academic wise, and after that I'll come to controlling. So that what happens is people feel that controlling modeling is a lot of challenges we have. But again, I'm telling you, I'm reiterating, once we cover this controlling module, once I'll cover with the costing, definitely at the end of the day, you will feel that the controlling module is also as simple as your FI module. As simple as your FI module. Clear? So why in the sense, only the problem is academic basics. Not you don't require 100% of BCom costing or MCom costing or MBA costing, not required. Hardly if you have a 20% of basics of costing. Clear? So then we can handle this one. So that 20%, if you, because long back we read or we are not belongs to accounting, then definitely we are going to cover those basics, whatever business requirement is that we are going to cover in this particular course. Clear? And that too, again, I'm telling you, you can, at the end of the day, you can able to teach others about your costing. Same way, financial accounting, FI. So majority people, as I said, that 900 people are available. But even though these people can do, but they don't know basics of financial accounting. What do you mean by debit? What do you mean by credit? Why balance? They know that balance sheet contains assets and liabilities, but why assets and liabilities are always equal? Why we call balance sheet as a balance sheet? Clear? So all those basics also we are going to cover in our this module. Hardly 10 sessions it will take, hardly 5 sessions it will take, but you will get a complete grip on your business process. So that we are going to cover. Clear? So at the end of the day, you will get a complete business process, right? Academic accounting, nothing but your financial accounting, cost and management accounting. And apart from that, we are going to cover additional modules up, not from FICO, not only FICO, we are going to cover other modules also in depth, PP and SD. Clear? And that too on 2 different products. One is on ECC, right? And S4 HANA. Again, I'll reiterate what do you mean by ECC and S4 HANA now. Okay, right? This is a SAP old product, current product we are working, SAP ECC, and this is a new product, right? So whatever I said, FICO, SD, PP, everything we are going to work on ECC and S4 HANA. So here, as I said that in the client, for example, in the current situation, few clients are still using old product ECC and few clients are using S4 HANA. So till 2030, ECC will be there. So till 2030 or 32, ECC will be there. So if you are attending any interview, right, the client may use ECC or the client may use S4 HANA product. Right? If I teach only S4 HANA and you learn only S4 HANA and you went for an interview and the client is using ECC, old product, because SAP has given a deadline till 2030 or 32. Till that they can use ECC old product. Clear? So once the old till 2000, so you are attending interview in the year 2026 February. right? Or March. So your client may use ECC, but you don't know what is ECC. You know only S/4HANA, right? Then simply they won't consider your resume. Same time you are attending interview and you know only ECC, but you don't know S/4HANA, and you mentioned the same thing in your resume, then definitely you will not be shortlisted. So that is the reason we are going to cover 100% of ECC, 100% of ECC, right? And 100% of S/4HANA, both. We have to. We have to, by hook or crook, we need to learn this, but till at least ECC, we need to have a knowledge till 2013 and after that also. Because this is a base actually. This product is the base product. Clear? So this is next one. So as I said that, so we are going to discuss all those stuff, AP, AR, GL, these are the FI modules. And apart from that, we have other modules in FI, but we are going to discuss, right? So it is FI. How it's going to be integrated, that's what I want to show you now. FI module. Okay. So here we have asset accounting module. Asset accounting module. This is also FI module, or else I'll make under this. Asset accounting module. Okay. Asset accounting module. Next one, we have one more module called HR module. In SAP, we have HR module. Okay. Right. These are the SAP different modules. Okay. So I can take here CO. It's controlling module. CO is nothing but controlling module. Okay. Okay. For example, if I am recording some transaction, some entry in GL module, purchases account debited to cash account. So if we are purchases means I need to record in the books of accounts that purchasing entry. If we are recording that entry in GL module, okay. So this particular entry will be updated. This particular entry will be updated. Okay. This would be updated in from GL to FI, GL to FI. One second. GL to FI. So the data can be in accounts. We have two things. The data can be, right? Either a balance sheet data. I will discuss what in a balance sheet and all the stuff. Okay. Balance sheet data or P&L data. P&L data. Clear? Balance sheet data or a P&L data. Anything it could be in the statement reporting. Okay. Next one. This will move, the data will flow from GL to FI. Next one, it will update from FI to CO. Okay. Okay. And remember that. So here the balance sheet data and FI data will be profit and loss data will be there in finance module. I'll tell you what is the difference between finance and controlling CO. So what is the difference between finance and controlling in the sense majority people knows about it, but still I'm reiterating. Finance is nothing but finance module or financial accounting. Financial accounting. Okay. Whenever I say financial accounting, okay. Financial accounting is nothing but the reports which are generated for internal and external purpose. Okay, external purpose. Okay, internal is nothing but what do you mean internal? Management. Internal for decision making, internal in the sense management purpose. So what are the reports we are going to generate in FI financial accounting? Okay, that is nothing but your balance sheet, profit and loss account, right? Cash flows, funds flows, and all those stuff will come under internal reporting purpose. And next one, external purpose also, external people in the sense who are not directly involved, with the business. Okay, so that is nothing but external people, nothing but banks, right? Vendors, right? Customers, right? Next one, tax authorities. So these people are not directly involved to our business, but somehow we are linked with this. So here, whatever reports we are going to generate in our financial accounting, right? I'll tell you what do you mean by accounting. Simple terminology, you need to understand what is the difference between financial accounting and a cost accounting. So in financial accounting, whatever reports we are going to prepare, right? So that will be useful for internal purpose and external purpose. We are going to exhibit for external people and as well as a management, our own management. So why banks are required about your profit and loss and balance sheet reports, why vendors are required, why customers are required, why tax authorities are required, our reports in the sense, for example, if I want to apply a loan from a bank, right? So if I want to apply a loan from bank, then how on the what basis banks will give a loan? Because we need to submit our previous reports like profit and loss account of 5 years, balance sheet report 5 years. So on that they will analyze how our business is performing from past 5 years or from past 3 years. So they will decide how much loan they can sanction, right? In the same way, vendors, right? Why vendors are required our reports? Because whenever we want, majority transaction nowadays happens on a credit basis, right? Lot of bulk materials we will purchase, lot of bulk services we will take, right? At that particular point of time, vendors want to check what is our credibility. Clear? On what basis they can check? On the base of our previous financial reports like your P&L and balance sheet. So that according to that from past 5 years, what is our strength? What is our credit strength? On that particular basis, they can give our credit, sale of credit. Clear? And same time customers are also interested to know about our financial things. Why? Because on what way they are, if I want to sell on a credit basis to the customer, so in my strength and means am I exist, my products are exist from long period or not, right? If say they want to trust us, then they will check our reports. Clear? And tax authorities, government, legal requirement, every year we need to submit, right? What is the tax we have received and what is the tax we need to pay? What is our tax liability? So everything. So these are not directly related. And next one, internal management, internal purpose, owners, right? Shareholders, right? Partners, everyone are interested to know about our profit and loss and balance sheet. Clear? So financial accounting is completely related to internal and external purpose. So management can take the decision by looking at these reports. Next one, we have a controlling. We have a controlling or cost. In general, we call it as a, in SAP, we call it as a controlling module. We call it as a controlling module. But in academic, we call it as a cost accounting, cost and management accounting, cost and management accounting in general. So what is cost and management accounting? Why controlling module is required in the sense, whatever we are going to do, whatever transactions we are going to record, whatever reports we are going to generate, cost sheet, budget allocations, and all those stuff, it is exclusively for internal analysis purpose. Exclusively for internal analysis purpose. Okay. These reports will not be exhibit to outsiders. Okay. This is only means how much cost we are spending, how much distribution we are doing, how many allocations we are doing. So this is exclusively internal purpose. Clear? So whatever reports we are going to generate, our cash flows, right? Your cost sheet, budget, right? Funds flows. So that will, those reports will be checked by internal management only. So why they want this? Because to take a decision, demand forecast, and everything will be based on your controlling module or your cost and management accounting. Clear? FI module is exclusively for internal and external purpose, whatever reports we do. But controlling module, exclusively internal purpose, not for external purpose. We are not going to exhibit, we want to show these reports to external people, not even bank, not even vendor, not even tax authorities. Clear? Again, if you have any questions as of now in what is costing and all those stuff, we are going to do in-depth discussion in our academic sessions. Okay. So let me close this. Okay, this will be linked. You're controlling. So here, what data will go? So costing data, cost data. So here I can say that GL to FI, what are the items? It will go balance sheet items and P&L. Okay. So from FI to CO is not bothered about your assets and liabilities. Balance sheet contains your assets and liabilities. CO, controlling module, costing module, will bother about only cost and revenues. The data will go from FI to CO. What data will go? Cost and revenue data. Clear? From FI to CO, what data will go to CO module, controlling module? Cost and revenues will go. Clear? Balance sheet data, okay, from GL module to FI. Okay, it will contain both cost and revenues and balance sheet items to FI. Okay, next one, AP and AR module. Okay, for example, AP, accounts payable, means nothing but your credit purchases. What do you mean by an accounts payable? Simple. Here we call it as an accounts payable. Accounts payable, when it is exist in the sense, every organization, small to big, there is a department called payable departments. In the finance, we have one department called payable department. So what do you mean by payable department? Why this exists in the sense, as I said, that 90% transactions, 90% purchases we will do on a credit basis. We'll do on a credit basis. So, right. So in that, whatever amount we are liable to pay, our creditors, our vendors. Clear? So that will be considered as accounts payable. Accounts payable, nothing but on credit purchases, whatever amounts we are supposed to pay. Right? So that is nothing but your accounts payable. Right? So what data will do? Credit purchases data will flow from accounts payable to GL module. Okay. Here also we have two things. Non-inventory based purchases. Non-inventory based purchases in the sense, sometimes we will give services on credit basis. Inventory is nothing but a stock, right? So from AP to GL, what kind of data will go? Non-inventory data. Non-inventory and in the sense stock, without stock. Non-inventory data. I know it would be little challenge. Okay, but still, right. So here we are taking services on a credit basis from vendors. So then it will come inventory. Inventory is nothing but a stock, right? In FI module, we won't discuss about stock directly, right? We will discuss services here. Next one. Okay, next one. Non-inventory purchases of services. Okay. Here also, GL to FI. The data will come from FI to AR. So here also, we will sold goods to our customers. Okay. I'll tell you what is this non-inventory. So here we will talk about customers, means AR is nothing, AP is nothing but your vendors, right? AP is nothing but your vendors. From vendors, we are purchasing on credit. And customer, in the sense, here also we will sell goods or services to our customer on credit, right? Customer need to pay us. Customer need to pay us because we are giving goods or services to him. So this is called receivable. Something which we need to receive in future. We call it as a receivable, right? And here also we will talk about non-inventory receivables. For example, what kind of, here for example, what kind of services we are taking? We are taking advertisement from some group. Advertisement, right, on a credit basis. So they are doing advertisement for us. They are doing some XYZ company is doing advertisement. Okay, advertisement services for us, and we are not paying immediately. We said that, okay, there is a 1 lakh rupee we need to pay. So what we said is initially we will pay 10,000. Okay, initially we pay 10,000, and after 1 year we are going to pay balance. So till we pay, we are okay. It is considered as a we need to pay them. ABC company or XYZ company, those people are giving, those vendors are doing advertisement on behalf of us. So we are liable to pay them. So here any product is in stock is involved in this advertisement in the sense? No, it is a service. Clear? So in AP to GL, accounts payable to GL, we will talk about non-inventory, nothing but service-based purchases, service-based sales. Clear? Okay. So here, something audit, we have taken services from chartered accountant. Okay. For example, we are taking services from chartered accountant people. So audit fees, we need to pay them. So nothing but audit fee account debited to XYZ. So our chartered accountant is XYZ. We said that after doing complete 1 year audit, we will pay them. So till that it is considered as a creditor to us, right? So these are audit in the sense they will do audit. They are not selling any product to us. They're giving services to us, right? So these all are comes under non-inventory. Okay, training fees. Clear? These all are considered as a non-inventory. Inventory in the sense stock. Okay. Okay. In accounts payable, this is nothing but accounts payable. In accounts payable, okay, we are going to create vendor master. Vendor is nothing but your supplier. Vendor master. Vendors are nothing but from whom you are purchasing. Okay. So in SAP, we are going to call. Okay. So vendor master. Okay. But here in SAP, we are going to link all the vendors to one group called trade payables. Trade payables means the simple terminology. Trade in the business, we are supposed to pay them. So that is nothing but trade payables means we will create vendor masters and that will be linked to your trade payables, right? Earlier in older version of SAP, we used to call trade payables as, okay, trade payables as sundry creditors. So now we are not using the term called sundry creditors. Sundry creditors. Okay, we will talk about accounting terminologies also in our next sessions. Okay, what do you mean by sundry creditor or sundry creditors? What do you mean by sundry creditors? Can anyone? Yes. Who is a creditor? Yeah. Majority are from commerce background. Creditors.
The person who we need to pay. The
Sorry.
business. The person, the business needs to pay.
Yeah. So for example, as I said that we
Right.
took some services from ABC. Clear? And we are not paying immediately. We need to pay in future. Then that person is considered as a creditor, right? But what do you mean by sundry? What do you mean by sundry? I know creditor now. ABC is my creditor. But what do you mean by sundry?
Group of creditors.
Exactly. So what do you mean by sundry in the sense? For example, in our day-to-day transactions, we won't purchase from one vendor. We won't purchase from one vendor. We will purchase from thousands of vendors. Okay, we will purchase on a credit, we will purchase from 1,000 vendors, right? So in our report, we can't show all the vendors list. So what we will do, we will club, means we will add all the vendors, okay, in one group, and we will call them as a sundry creditors. Sundry means it is not an English word, it is a Latin word, sundry. It is not an English word, it's a Latin word. Sundry means group. Sundry means group. Group of creditors. Sundry debtors, group of debtors. Sundry expenses, group of expenses. Clear? Sundry receipts, group of receipts. Clear? So, remember that whenever I am using the term called sundry, sundry is nothing but a group that can be prefixed to anything wherever group is involved. Clear? So that is called sundry creditors. So earlier we used to call it as a sundry creditors in SAP also, but in SAP now we are calling same sundry creditors as trade payables. Trade payables. Clear? And same time, okay, now we don't have a sundry creditors concept. We have a trade payables. Remember that. When it comes to AR nothing but we used to call as a customer, some customers need to pay us. We sold them on a credit, or we have given services on a credit. So customer need to pay us, right? But earlier we used to call it as a sundry debtors. Sundry debtors. What do you mean by sundry debtors? Someone who need to pay us, who is a debtor to us. Debtor is nothing but someone who need to pay us, who owe to us. Then that is nothing but a sundry debtors. But now we are not using the term called sundry debtors. We are using the term called trade receivables. We are not using the term called sundry debtors. We are using trade receivables, right? So we will have this trade receivables will be linked to customer master. Customer. Okay. So in the GL, nothing but this is a main ledger, main module, and AP and AR in finance are sub-modules. Clear? What is the FI is one module. Again, I am reiterating for everybody's benefit. Finance FI, whatever module you are calling, FI, okay, is a main, FI is a module. Finance, we call it as a finance module, right? Under that, GL is considered as a main module, main or primary module, and same time we have account AP, okay, nothing but accounts payable, or AR, accounts receivables, okay. These are considered as a sub-modules. What are the sub-modules we have? In FI, this is sub-module, right? Asset accounting is a sub-module of FI, right? Like that, you have a banking, right? This is also sub-module, like this. Clear? So what is the main module? GL. So if we know GL module perfectly, right? Almost all we can handle this sub-modules. Clear? I'll tell you that. I'll make it very easy for you people. Okay. 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 So here, on the base of services. Next one. Coming to HR module, employee related information will be updated. HR module, right? If I say HR, only employee related. If an organization is having an employee, so that will be updated from HR to GL. HR to GL. Clear? So all these modules, that is the reason we call it as a main module. Without FI, without finance, clear? Without finance, no organization will run. So that is the reason SAP also, wherever you go, there will be always thousands of openings on finance. Right? So everything will be integrated to at the end finance module only. Clear? So HR module will be included to GL, like your salaries, overtime, welfare activities, and all those stuff will be directly integrated with your GL module. Clear? Next one. Next one, coming to MM module. So here material, if we purchase any material, then this is called materials management. MM module is nothing but materials management. What do you mean by MM? MM is nothing but materials management. This is a separate module. It is not an FI. It is MM is a separate module. MM means materials management. Means which is related to inventory, stock, materials management. Means, so here inventory will come into the picture. Just now in FI module, whatever credit purchases of services, okay, non-inventory we will record from vendor master to GL, right? Whatever credit sales of services, okay, credit sales of services, that will be related to a trade receivable, AR to GL. But whenever inventory is involved, whenever inventory stock is involved, so that will come under your MM module, and that MM module will be integrated to your GL and as well as your AP module, Clear? This is okay. Here it will be considered as an inventory based purchases. Inventory is nothing but stock. Inventory based purchases, stock based. That too credit purchases. Inventory based purchases. Clear everyone? So like this, it will be integrated your MM to GL. Right? Next one. SD is nothing but sales and distribution. What is the module we have? This is also a separate module. SD module is a separate. Sales and distribution. This is separate module. Okay. SD module is integrated. Okay, here we will talk about SD will be integrated to your GL to SD and SD will be integrated to your AR module. AR is nothing but accounts receivable, non-inventory. Clear? Okay, and similarly, so everything will be integrated here. So that is the reason what I said is, here we are going to learn not only FICO, we are going to learn your inventory, nothing but your MM module, and we are going to learn sales and distribution module, additionally PP, production and planning. So this is nothing but inventory based sales. Sorry. It's nothing but inventory based sales. Stock related sales. Here it is non-inventory based sales. You can write it sales. non-inventory, and here it is non-inventory based purchases. So the people who are new to this, it may take time, clear, but not an issue. Okay. Next one, asset accounting module will also link. Asset accounting module will also link with your GL account. The AA is nothing but asset accounting. Asset accounting module is also linked to your this one. Okay, and asset accounting is we will purchase assets on a credit basis. We will sold assets on a credit basis. So that is also asset accounting will be not only linked to your GL module, it will be linked to your AP module, and as well as, sorry, it will be linked to your AR module. It will be linked to your AR module. Here, when we purchase on a credit basis assets, then it will be recorded in AP. If we sold any asset on a credit, then that will be recorded on credit. Okay, and same thing, asset account. Let me take here down asset accounting. Sorry, I'll write here asset accounting so that it would be easy in the same line. Give me a second. I'll take here asset account. It would be easy for me. AP. Asset accounting will also link, right? Will link to your all other modules, AR module, and same time it is linked to your materials management. Asset accounting module is also linked to your MM module. So if that is the reason I said in the first instance, in SAP, everything can be integrated. That is a power feature of SAP. That is a major feature of SAP. Clear? So everything can be integrated. See, right? So here we will maintain asset masters. Here we call it as an in AP, we will maintain vendor masters. In customer, we will make some customer master. Here we will call it as a customer master, right? In asset accounting, we will maintain asset master. Asset masters. Assets master. Okay. Okay. Fine. So like this, everything. So there is one more, production and planning. PP is nothing but production and planning module. Okay, as I said that PP is nothing but another module, production and planning. So here we will purchase a raw material consumption production. At the time of production of goods, there is a raw material, consumable stores, right? So that will be recorded in production and planning module. Production and planning module. So here everything will be linked to production and planning module also. Okay, like this it will be integrated. Production and planning, raw material, when I say raw material, right? Okay, process linked to your sales and distribution. Okay, this complete flow, when you, probably it would be little confusion at this level, but definitely, okay, and PP integration with your asset accounting. So at this level, it might be get confused, but in the system, we are going to see this integration end to end. Okay. So here the PP will be integrated, production and planning will be integrated to your asset accounting. Your asset accounting. Your asset accounting. Okay. Okay. So this is your integration. Again, if you don't understand also, it's fine. Okay. If you don't understand also, just because we are going to come with your basics of each module. So this is the way the integration will be there. So every module, every department, right? Every department can be integrated with any module. That's what I want to say here. I want to mention here. Clear? So each and this much integration will not be available. This much integration will not be available in any other ERP. In any other ERP. Okay. So what I want to say here. So here when I say SAP, so now again I'll go with the basics. I'll go with the basics here. In the year 1970, in the year 1970, so majority people knows about it, but in the year 1970 or 72, first time, okay, first time 1972, I can take it as a 1972, okay, SAP has introduced, SAP, okay, has started its software in the year 1972. Clear? So here they came up with, okay, who has started this organization? SAP has started by 5 IBM employees. 5 IBM employees. Okay. The names are required. If you want, you can remember 5 IBM employees who has started SAP company. Okay. So what are their names in the sense? If you want, you can remember, or not required also. Okay. The names are Dietmar, sorry, Dietmar Hopp. Okay. And other person is Hans Wellenruther. Hans Wellenruther. Or yeah, sorry, Hector. Hector. Okay. Vance Hector. Next one, Hasso Plattner. No need to remember these names. Just for your sake, I'm saying Plattner and Shira. Need not to remember these names. It's not, no one will ask you. Okay. Next one. Wellenrother. Wellenrother. So is it required? So these 5 IBM employees started the SAP, right? So here this first project again in the year 1972, IBM was the company. Okay, in the year 1965. In the year 1965, IBM has taken, okay, are taken IBM. These people are IBM employees, right? IBM employees. In the year 1965, IBM got one project, okay, and the project from client was Imperial Chemical Industry from Germany. Okay, so the first IBM got one project from a client called Imperial Chemical, who is based out of Germany, right? So they want accounting software. They want accounting software. Clear? Nothing but it is for payroll. It is for payroll. Not an ERP earlier. It was they want to develop a payroll, right? So from 1965 to 70, these 5 employees are involved in this particular project for Imperial. All of a sudden, IBM withdrawn to IBM dropped to continue this particular project. Clear? So IBM doesn't want to continue this project due to XYZ reason. So what they did is IBM withdrawn from this particular project. Then these 5 people resigned their organization and they have taken this project and they continued. Clear? So in the year 1972, they started SAP. SAP, again, the first name was different. The first name was different. The company name was SAP GmbH. I'll tell you what is this SAP GmbH. Company name was SAP GmbH. And earlier it was only on payroll and accounting. It was only on payroll and accounting. Clear? And it is developed in German. It is developed in German. Okay. This was a financial accounting. And after 1 year, or in the year 1972, the product name was, they named it as an R1. Again, I'll tell you. The version they released it as an R1 system, R by 1. Okay. What is R? What do you mean by R here? R is nothing but real time. Real time. What do you mean by 1/1? 1 is nothing but okay, one system or one server or one tier. Okay. R1 is nothing but R stands for real time. 1 stands for one tier or one server. So what do you mean by one tier or one server in the sense? So earlier, the first real-time concept in the software level or this one, first real-time concept came with SAP only. Came from SAP only. Means earlier, if you want to check your bank balance, right? If you deposit a check today, then it would have taken 5 days or 3 days or 10 days time. If it is local check, it used to take it on 3 days time earlier, long back, before 2000 or and after that, it used to take, if it is an outstation check, it will take 7 to 8 days, right? So there was a no real time concept. But when SAP came up with, in the year 1972, Germany, the first time they came up with a real time concept. Means, okay, R and one tier. One tier is nothing but one server. Means, what do you mean by that? What I'll tell you. What do you mean by that in the sense? Give me a second. R1 architecture means, so here normally, okay, what do you mean by this R1 in the sense? In each and every system, we have 3 different layers. In any system, if you take your mobile phone, there will be 3 layers, right? One is a database layer. Okay. Next one, application layer. Okay. Next one, your presentation layer. So any system, if you take, it will contain 3 layers, right? If you take your mobile phone also, there will have a database layer, application layer, and a presentation layer. So what do you mean by database layer? Where the data actually stores, right? In your mobile phone, where the data is going to store, your hard disk or whatever it is. So that is called a database. And application layer, for example, when you purchase a mobile phone, first you will download your WhatsApp or any other application. So from where you are going to get, where is your application layer? So probably if you are using iPhone, then your iOS is nothing but your OS, right? From where you are going to get? From App Store, right? App Store is nothing but your application layer. Whenever you say WhatsApp application layer, whenever you search WhatsApp, so what your application layer will do, your whatever App Store is do, it will go to the database layer. It will go to the database layer and check the WhatsApp, and immediately it will download. It will do a download, and after few seconds, it will be shown in your screen, on your screen. Then that is considered as a presentation layer. Clear? So if I take normal Samsung or anything, then we will have a Play Store. Play Store is nothing but your application layer, right? From where it is retrieving the data, that is nothing but your database layer. And at the end, where we are seeing, that is nothing but your screen or monitor, is nothing but your presentation layer. Clear? So in why I'm calling, even though we are having a 3 layers in R1, this is also R1. This is also R1, but why we are calling it as a R1 system? R1 system in the sense, for example, again, I'm taking the same example. R1 layer, nothing but R1. This is called R1 architecture. R1 architecture. What do you mean by R1 architecture? In the sense, for example, you have your own laptop. You have your own laptop, right? And you don't have an internet. You don't have an internet at your place, right? And you have a resume in your system. You have your resume in your system, right? I am staying different place and you are staying in a different place. And you asked me to check your resume, which is there in your laptop, and you don't have an internet. You don't have an internet, clear, which is there in your hard disk of your laptop, right? If I want to check, and I am staying in almost 100 kilometers away, and you are staying 100 kilometers, and how I can check? What is the possibility? I want to see your resume, or you want to share your resume with me. What is the possibility? Is it possible to send? Is it possible to send? Quick.
No,
Why?
without internet, we can't send any
Sorry?
communication. Without internet, we can't send any data.
Exactly. The thing
Sure.
is here, what is happening here? See, your data, your resume is in your database layer, and application is also whatever processor you are calling, that is an application, that is also in your place, and presentation where your screen, that is also in one place. Clear? So if in R1 environment in the year 1972 to 80, right? Okay. R1, and even though you call it as in real time, in this here also, we are calling it as a real time information, we want to get it, right? So, but what happens is all the three layers are at one place. Means if I want to see any information, then I need to come to that place, then only I can check. If I want to check your resume, real time resume, I want to check. But what I need to do, I need to travel to your place. Then only I can, because all at one place, all the layers are at one place. One is nothing but one layer at one place. Nothing but the complete system is in one place, right? The database layer is in same place, application layer is in same place, presentation layer is in same place. Clear? So the opposite person can't read unless until they come to you. So if I come to you, then I can see your real-time resume, the latest resume. So that is called R1. So the era would be from 1972 to, see, these are not accurate date. 1972 is an accurate, 1980. 1980. Clear? So next so this is, and they have developed this particular software in one language. In one language. I'll write here. This particular software they have developed for one country, that is Germany, one country, one language, and one currency. One currency. That is nothing but for German language, and German euro. Right? So this software is not suitable for other than Germany. So this particular software is not successful till 1980. After that, they came with one more environment that is called R2 environment. R2. Okay. In R also, what is R? Same. There is no change in R. Real time. Real time. And 2 stands for, okay, 2 stands for 2 servers, 2 layers. 2 layers or 2 servers, right? 2 systems. Okay. So what they did is, in the second R2, what they did is, they have separated presentation layer, nothing but your screen monitor, presentation layer. Okay. So this is my presentation layer. Presentation layer. Okay. They have separated presentation layer from from, okay, from your database application layer and presentation layer, database layer. Okay, so they have separated application layer, presentation layer they have separated from application layer and database layer. Understood this? So what they did is, in this environment, okay, this is my presentation layer. They have separated application layer and database layer are at one place and presentation layer are at one place. So here in this area only 1972 to 80 only, the concept came LAN, local area network, or WAN, wide area network, MAN, metro area network came into the picture. Means the servers will be at one place. The data will be at one place, right? You would have saw internet cafes, right? There would be 10 terminals will be there. One server will be connected to all the 10 systems, right? The server will be one and other are dummy, right? Only they can access the data from that particular server. So here the main concept came into the picture in year 19. This era would be 1980 to 90. 1980 to 1990. So here they came up with the concept called client server concept. Client server concept means, what do you mean by this client server concept? So the application layer and database layer at one place and presentation, nothing but internet came into the picture. Internet came into the picture. So what do you mean by that? Local area, wide area network means that server will be connected to different presentation layers, different screens, different monitors, right? So here, but what is the advantage? For example, one server, 10 systems are connected. One server, 10 systems are connected, right? So here all the 10 systems, all 10 users want to access the same data, right? As I said that one server is there, 10 systems are there, right? In the server, one data is there and all the users, all the 10 systems want to access the same data. Then what is the issue is, what was the problem is, there was a time sharing ratio. Time sharing ratio. Time sharing ratio. So what was in the sense? So that will be allocated each user one particular time. So for example, first minute will be allocated to system 1. Second minute allocated to system 2. Third minute will be allocated to system 3. Fourth minute will be allocated to system 4. So what do you mean by that? So if all the four users are trying to access the data, same data, then what happens is the server will first respond to system 1 because the time is provided, first minute is provided to system 1. And after that, once it is completed, then it will go to system 2. Then after that, system 3. After that, system 4. Means the process happens. So system 5 need to wait till this 4 process is completed or not. Right? And again, first system need to wait till the process is coming. So that is the reason sometimes you would have seen university results. So the server busy or server crashed, right? So still also we are getting in India, but still, what do you mean by that server busy? In the sense the time is whatever scheduled time was there. So that need to come, your turnaround time need to come. Clear? So even though this R2 environment, it came up with, even though the presentation layer is separated with from application and database layer. Okay. And the major advantage here in the sense, they came up with multiple, it supports multiple countries. In R2, this is a little multiple countries, multiple languages. It supports multiple languages. Multiple languages, multiple currencies in R2 environment. SAP used to support multiple currencies. Here, multiple countries, it supports multiple languages, it's used to support multiple currencies. It is a little successful, but even though this is restricted to only payroll and accounting software till 1990. Clear? So this is called R2 environment. But here also it's a client server based concept. Means all the whatever users are there, they used to consider as a client and one server will be there. Clear? And in the year 1990, they came up with, one more concept called R3 system. R3. Okay, majority now still we are using R3. R stands for, R stands for real time. R stands for real time. There is no change in that. Okay, real time. 3 stands for 3 tiers or layers. So what happened here in this? So here they have separated database layer separately, application layer separately, and your presentation layer. They have separated. Clear? So this came in the year 1992. 1992. R3 environment. So first layer, this is called first layer, second layer, second server, nothing but third layer. Clear? First layer, we call it as a presentation layer or presentation server. You can call it as a presentation server. Application server. Okay, database server. Database server. Okay. Okay. This is separate layer. Separate layers. Right? Second and third layer database. So they have separated layer. So how it is possible? So what they did in R3 in the sense, okay, one second. So in R3 environment, what is there? So we have 3 types of systems. I'll tell you in this. Okay, one is in R2 environment. Okay, we have front-end system. Okay, that is nothing but whatever there in front of you. That is nothing but presentation layer. Next one, we have backend system. That is nothing but your application layer. Means which process? Application layer. In your mobile phone, you can take it as a. Next one, database. Where data stores. That is nothing but your database layer. Okay. So database layer. Front end, nothing but your presentation layer. Okay. Next one, backend is nothing but your application layer, and database is nothing but your. So here I can say that up to 2011, okay. So here up to 2011, SAP is having its own application. SAP is using its own application that is called SAP GUI. Application, nothing but SAP GUI. Okay. Nothing but what is GUI stands for? Graphical user interface. interface. Okay, graphical user interface. In the backend system, the application, okay, SAP ERP. SAP, already we discussed what is SAP ERP in yesterday's session. ERP, right? So here, right, if you take your mobile phone, right, what is the present front end system? Your whatever screen, Apple screen or Samsung screen or whatever it is, Android, whatever you call, application layer, nothing but your app store or a play store, right? Database layer, where you are save the data from which wherever you are getting the data. So till 2011, till 2011, SAP is not having its own database. SAP is not having its own database. It was dependent on third-party databases like Oracle, DB2, okay, or MS SQL, SQL, okay, like any other third-party databases. Okay, third-party data. So here SAP was having its own, SAP is having its own front-end system, right? And its own ERP, own application, but to store the data, important is to storing the data. So SAP didn't have its own database. It was dependent on third-party databases like Oracle. Oracle is also one ERP, right? And competitor for SAP. But still SAP is dependent for database on Oracle or DB2 or MS SQL or Sybase, like so many databases it was dependent. So in the year 2000, so in the year March 2011, SAP came up with, okay, March 2011, March 2011, they came up with their own database. So here there is no change. Okay, same, there is no change till here. There is no change here. There is no change here. Okay, so they nothing changed in this. So they were using same own GUI, right? Own GUI. Next one, same application, no change in that. Okay, and same time, instead of using third-party database, they came up with their own database. Clear? They came up with their own database called SAP HANA database. Whatever I'm calling SAP HANA database. So in the year 2011, March, okay, what is HANA? So instead of depending on third-party databases, right, they have launched HANA database. HANA stands for, not required to remember, HANA stands for High Performance Analytic Appliance. HANA stands for High Performance Analytic Appliance. So it is a SAP own database. It's SAP own database. Clear? Okay, March 2015. Okay, March 2015. Okay, March 2015. Okay, SAP came up with its own version. First version means earlier we have a different version. We will talk about different versions. But in HANA, they came up with 1503 version. 1503 version. Okay, in 2015, March 2015, they have released on their own database a version called 1503 version. 1503 version. So there is no change. Okay, here, okay, they have added SAP GUI as it is. SAP GUI, they have it till year, okay. If I have a laptop or a desktop, right, or only then I can run my SAP till 2015, okay, till this version, okay. If we have a laptop, or if, see, for example, in SAP, I want to approve some payments. Clear? I want to approve some payments. Okay. Then to approve that, what I need to have? I need to have either laptop or a desktop with the application. Clear? Then only I can approve. But in the year 1503 version, what they came up with, one application called SAP Fiori. This is again Fiori. So this is nothing but we can operate from anywhere. If internet is there, you can operate not only from your laptop, not only from your desktop, right? You can operate from your mobile phone, your tab, right? Whatever, wherever you want. If internet is available, the access is available. So I can do it from my mobile phone. I can use from my tab. So that is called SAP Fiori. Like how you will have a tile based. Earlier, everything we need to in SAP, most of the challenging thing is transaction codes. N number of transaction codes will be there, right? But here it will become a tile based SAP Fiori. I will discuss now. It's too early to discuss what do you mean by Fiori and all. But I want to just say that in 1503, they came up with Fiori apps. We call it as an apps. So everything will be then apps based, app based. So if you want to search vendor payment, if you search it, you need not to remember a transaction, vendor payment. Then it will go to that particular app. More than 10,000 apps are there which are related to different transactions. Clear? So it is more revolution version, right? And here also, when I'm using third-party databases, right? This is called traditional database, right? And here SAP HANA is 1,000 times faster than third-party databases. 1,000 times faster than third-party database. Clear? And let me show. Okay. And here, so earlier, whatever modules were there, this were working on SFI finance module, right? Materials management module, sales and distribution module, production and module. So those are SAP modules, but working on which database? Third-party databases. Third-party data means that will work only on third-party databases. So third-party database. So here what SAP has done is the first module, which is started using on SAP, the HANA database is nothing but that is HANA database is finance and controlling module. The first module is started using on HANA database. So we call that as a S4 HANA. S4 HANA. As I said that, what do you mean by S4? Means which module? It is FICO module. First module is migrated or you started using on HANA database was FICO module. So we call that as a S4. What do you mean by S stand for? S stand for suite. S stands for what? Again, I'm reiterating. Last time also I've reiterated. S stands for suite. Suite is nothing but business suite. We call it as a right complete end-to-end solution. Suite. And 4 stands for, it is nothing but you can call it as a for, or you can see R1, R2, R3. R1 is first generation, 2 is second generation, 3 is third generation, and 4 is nothing but fourth generation. 4 is nothing but fourth generation. Suite for HANA is nothing but it will suit for fourth generation HANA database. Means, okay, so this FICO, we used to call it as a FICO module in HANA database. We used to call it as a simple finance. Simple finance. Simple finance is nothing but FICO module on HANA database. Clear, everyone? Okay. So simplified finance module. So which is nothing, both are merged in HANA database. So SAP HANA, okay. Okay, 1 second. Let me share here. So again, SAP HANA means it's a database. S4 HANA means simple finance, nothing but FICO model which are working on HANA database. So if someone is saying, I'm good at HANA, I'm good at HANA, I'm good at S4 HANA. So if someone is saying I'm good at HANA, in the sense he is know about HANA database, nothing but your basis consultant, technical person. But if someone is saying S4 HANA, right, it is nothing but functional module. Functional modules, nothing but your finance and controlling module. S4 is whenever I'm using the term called S4, it is related to your functional module. Whenever I'm using SAP HANA, HANA is nothing but your hardware server. Clear? So does it require to remember? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Okay. Next one. Right. In the year March. Okay. So March 2016. March 2016. March 2016 or 1603 version. We'll call it as in 1603 version. Okay. So they came up with SAP GUI with S Fiori. Okay. I'm just Control C and Control V. It is same. There is no change. Control C and Control V. Sorry. Okay. SAP GUI or SAP Fiori. So there is no change in a front end system. Fiori. Clear? Next one. Here they came up with. So here they came up with, what is the first module migrated to HANA, merged with HANA database? Which module? Which module? Which module? FICO, correct? And apart from that, we have other modules also, right? So that is SD, PP, right? So here now they have divided functional modules are of two types in HANA database. When it came, functional modules are of two types. One is okay, simple finance. Next one, logistics modules. Logistics modules. Simple finance is nothing but your FICO. Logistics modules are nothing but other modules like HR, SD, PP, AM, PM, plant maintenance. All other modules will come under logistics module. So early, till 2016, okay, whatever date I have mentioned here, clear. For example, till 2016, logistics module, SD, all are using third-party databases. But in 2016 March, they came up, they have also merged with S4 HANA. So here we call it as a S4 HANA, S4 HANA Enterprise. S4 HANA Enterprise Management. Enterprise Management. Okay, Enterprise Management. What do you know enterprise management? It consists of simple finance, okay, and simple logistics. Simple finance, simple logistics. Simple logistics. Logistics in the sense, apart from whatever we call, apart from, 1 second, wrap text. Okay. So here, simple finance and simple logistics. Clear? And what is the server we are using? Which database we are using? So same HANA database only. HANA database only. There is no change. SAP HANA. Okay. So in the year 1603, right? So here till here we call it as a ECC. Here we call it as a ECC versions. And from here we have ECC plus S4 HANA. ECC plus S4 HANA. Clear? ECC plus S4 HANA we came into the picture. Okay. So from hereafter, every year they are releasing the versions like 16. Okay, 2017. Okay, 2017, 2018. Okay, and in the year 19, they have merged. SAP become a partner for Apple. Partners for Apple. Clear? From there onwards, Apple will release a product in the month of September, and SAP used to release a version of a new version in September month. So here onwards, they used to call it as an 2009, 2909. Okay. Sorry, 1909, sorry, 1909. Next one, 2009, 2109. Okay, 2209. Okay, 2209, 2309. So, what do you mean by this? As I said that, here you can see, I said 1603, 1503, correct? So what do you mean by that? Versions in SAP, 15 means year. First two digit would be year and 3 digit would be month. Second two digit would be month. Means 2015 March, 2016 March. But as I said that here also some 17 and 18 different versions they have released. But 19 onwards, 2019 onwards, every year they were releasing version in the month of September. So 2019 09 is nothing but 2019 September month version, 2020 September month, 2021 September month, 2022 September month, 2023 September month. So in the year 2023, okay, in the year 2023, remember this. This is majority people doesn't know about it. So 2023, they have decided not to release the version every year. Okay, so they have planning to release the version alternative years. Alternative years means what is the next version they are going to release? Which year?
25.
Normally it should be 24, but what is the next
24.
version?
25.
2509. But still, even though 2509 version is released 2 months back, but due to some bugs, still it is not into the market. It is not using by anyone. So what is the latest version in the market right now? 2309, SAP S4 HANA 2309. So this particular course also we are going to do on 2309. Means it will contain all the features from the starting. 2309 will contain all the features plus additional features in this particular version. So next version 25 and the other version 27.
27.
That's it.
The system will
No
automatically
26.
updated.
Sorry?
The system is automatically updated means SAP
Yeah,
system.
the features will be automatically updated.
updated.
Whatever features are added, that will be updated automatically. Yeah. Any other questions? I know it is for some, it is little confusion, but still we'll try to cover this. So any questions? So what is the SAP main feature? It can be integrated to anything easily, right? It can be used, as we said, that SAP abbreviation itself is make. And today we saw the history of SAP, but still I need to cover few more things. So I need to remember everything, like who are the inverters and when it is started? Not required that. If you know idea of ECC and S4 HANA, that is enough. And that we will see in our next sessions also in depth. Yeah. Any other questions from anyone? Anyone have a questions?
No.
Yes, no.
No.
Good to go?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Okay, thanks for your time, and we'll continue in next week a little more with
Okay.
new features.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.